Welcome to Family Basics 101. I'm Dr. Bruce McClure, and as we continue our 5-part series focusing on things that couples typically will differ regarding, today we will talk about goals and how couples oftentimes differ about how to accomplish or even how to define goals within a relationship. Let's first begin with a working definition of what is a goal. Goals are those observable and measurable endpoints that may contain one and possibly multiple objectives for the family constellation. Goals are also expected to be accomplished within a specified time period. So when you look at just a simplistic working definition, remember that a goal or goals are those things that are both observable as well as measurable endpoints that may contain one and possibly multiple objectives. And also remember that goals are also expected to be accomplished within a specified time period. When we look at goals and relationships, goals in marriage, and how couples often differ about goals, imagine a target 50 yards away with a bullseye in the center and a white circle surrounding that bullseye, and then a black circle encircling the white circle. Within a marriage, what if one of the spouses have as their goal to hit the bullseye while the other spouse has as his or her goal to only hit the outer black circle? Are they aiming at the same target? The answer is really yes, but their goals within the target are different. One is aiming at the center bullseye, and the other is simply saying, as long as I hit one of the outer rings, then I am also aiming at the target. Now, unless couples are clear about what the target entails, it is highly possible that the couple will struggle even as they are focused on the same target. And the reason is they have no clarity of really what they are trying to accomplish as a unified goal. Let's entertain a few questions about goals and why couples differ regarding those goals. What are the short-term goals relating to family, friends, finances, and job security? These are questions that every couple should or must deal with. What are the short-term goals relating to my family, relating to our friends, our finances, and our job security? Here's an additional question regarding goals that sometimes creates differences within couples. What are the ongoing goals of each person spiritually within the family relationship? Within the family, what, independent of each other, what is the spiritual target for each individual within the family system? And many times couples will differ. One individual may simply say, I just want to go to Sunday school and I could care less about worship. One person may say, I want to go to worship and I could care less about Bible study. One person may say, I want to learn a more consecrated life in prayer and fasting. And the other person may say, prayer really means not much to me. So there can be differences of goals as it relates to the spirituality of each person within the family system. Another question about goals might be, what are the goals for yourself as a person? Just personal development, personal accomplishments. What are the goals? Within a family system, each person may have a different target for what is self-actualization for that individual. So in terms of families that differ regarding goals, it may be something as simple as one person is just happy to have a roof over their head, and the other person may need a more expanded version of a roof, like 3 bedrooms for 5 people in the home, rather than just 1 room for 5 people in the home. So what are your personal goals? What are your career goals? What are the goals within your family that you differ about? Are you and your spouse on the same page regarding intimacy? What are the goals of intimacy? For some people, the goal of intimacy is just to have a child. But for others, the goal of intimacy is gratification of the spouse, gratification intimately, sexually within the relationship, not just intimacy for the sake of impregnation. So what are the goals? Are the two of you headed in the same direction regarding covenant keeping within the marriage? Or are you simply saying, I'm married and it's really not a big deal about the vows, the covenant of being one, and the vows of two loving each other unconditionally? Are the two of you headed in the same direction regarding giving and assisting other people? Or is one person more concerned about taking and acquiring rather than sharing their love, not the sexual love, but an unconditional positive regard toward other people, sharing their blessings materially with others? Are the two of you on the same page regarding empowerment and releasing of the children as they mature into young adulthood, allowing the children to experience natural consequences for choices and behavior? Or is one person within the relationship always concerned about, I've got to do this and I've got to do that for the child, rather than empowering the child to grow up and to become a responsible, mature, sustained adult independent of the parent? Remember now, children are a gift from God, and the person who has his quiver full of them is indeed blessed. But the children are not given to the relationship to become the relationship. So couples, in terms of the goals for children, can sometimes create a major difference, and that will impact the relationship and the impact of the intimacy of the two couple or the two adults within the marriage. In the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse number 3, goals require connectivity between the couples. And only to the extent that the couple is connected will that marriage thrive without a lot of unnecessary contention or differences between the two adults. Amos says, can two walk together except they be agreed? When you look at the simplified version of what is said in this Old Testament text, is it realistic to think that two can be coupled or joined together if they are not first fascinated or charmed one toward the other? In essence, the text is saying, is it really realistic to believe that two can function effectively toward a goal if they are first not fascinated and really inundated and charmed unconditionally one toward the other? Well, the answer is a resounding no. That cannot happen. In your marriage, in your relationship, make sure that your goals are connected and on the same page. I'll see you back in class again next time. Don't be late and don't skip class.